So to construct a perpendicular line from a point that is not on a line to a line, I'm going to do the same exact thing that I did for perpendicular bisector with one exception. So let me go ahead and grab my compass. So the very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my compass and I'm going to place the point on the end point, or not the end point, but on the point that I want to make my perpendicular line pass through. Then I'm going to go ahead and open up my compass so I know that it is farther away from the line than the point is. So I basically need the this part of my compass, the pencil of my compass, to go below the line. So then I'm going to go ahead and make an arc, and it needs to pass through not once, but twice. So if you notice, my line is not long enough. So my black line is not long enough. So what I need to do is I need to take my straight edge before I can move on, and I need to extend the line. In constructions, it's okay if you extend lines as long as you're not just drawing a random one. But if you're just making an existing line longer, that is totally fine. So I'm going to grab a different color so you can see. So I'm going to extend the line. And I only need to make it long enough so my purple arc is going to pass through it. Okay. So now I have, I'm going to take a blue. I now have 2 points. So I have 2 points. I have 1 point where it passed through over here and 1 point where it passed through over here. The whole point of that is now this purple arc, anywhere on this purple arc is the same distance or equidistant from the red point, which means that since this one is the same distance from here as it is from there, if I construct a perpendicular bisector, it should pass through this red dot. So now, since I have 2 points, I'm now going to go ahead and bisect the segment in between it. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my compass so it is more than halfway, and that looks good. So now I'm going to go ahead and make an arc down below. Now I could make an arc above, but I don't need to. And the reason why I don't need to is because I need 2 points to create a line. And I already have my other point. It's this red one down here. So unlike for making a perpendicular bisector, I don't need to make 2 arcs, one above and one below, because I already have something else that I'm connecting it with, and that's this red dot right here. So I went ahead and I moved my compass over to the other point, made an arc, and then now where those arcs intersect, I'm going to connect that point with my original point that I want to make the perpendicular line pass through. So now let's go ahead, let's change it to black. And ta-da! Now I have a perpendicular line that passes through this red dot, and it is perpendicular to our original line. If we go ahead and we kind of erase everything that we made, you can see that that line is not necessarily bisecting this line. So we didn't make a perpendicular bisector, but we did make a perpendicular line.